And this is the Javelin class destroyer UEES Warhammer. And it looks like somebody did a quality video on it, so let's check it out.
If you've seen other videos on this channel about these gargantuan destroyers, you'll know just how passionate I can get about this ship in Star.
Now you know you have to take him seriously because he's got the British, he's got the English accent. Anytime somebody's got an English accent, you know, IQ definitely shoots up by at least 30. You know, English accent means smart, right? Means smart.
Citizen. And during Invictus Week this year, the opportunity to walk around
a small
part of a Javelin class destroyer made it a natural subject for a location spotlight. This video will showcase some of the internal and external spaces of the UEES Warhammer, with some commentary to talk you through what you're looking at, as well as some of the background lore for this ship. I'm Farrister,
I like this.
And whatever your take on the whole Star Citizen in alpha testing debate, I hope you'd agree, this game can be incredibly impressive.
That's the understatement of the year. That is the understatement of the year. Yeah, let's check out who the content guy is on this one. Farrister. Love his logo. He's got a like little handlebar mustache. Totally digging it. Totally digging the vibe. Totally digging the feels right now. He's got
this video series,
7,000 subscribers.
Whilst hopefully providing you with some interesting locations that you might like to go out and explore. So, if you're new to the channel, you may want to subscribe to be notified of future videos as they go live. For 1 week only during
That's
the
cool.
Invictus
I like it already. First time I've ever seen it.
Find the UEES Warhammer docked to either Bajini Point, Everest Harbour, or Port Tressler via the new docking port technology. If you're lucky enough to be watching this video whilst the event is running, you will be able to track the position of the fleet via your mobiglass, or alternatively look at any number of the displays in-game to find out where the ship currently is and which docking port to go to. Once you get aboard, you'll be on the port side of B deck of the Javelin. The designers and artists have done a great job of giving visual cues to help you know where you are on the ship, and the deck
because it's so goddamn big. Like, that's the beauty, right? I mean, these ships are so goddamn big, you can get lost in them, man. That is the scope. That is the scope here, man.
Nations from A up top to D down below help you to know which floor you're on. In addition, each floor has its own look and feel to it, from the brightly lit corridors of A deck to the industrial feeling C deck. The UEES Warhammer has a really interesting history within the lore of the Star Citizen universe. First entering service in the year 2832, in Star Citizen terms this ship is over 100 years old. In that time, it's been involved in engagements with the Vanduul and was present at the fall of Caliban in 2884, earning a Ribbon of Valor. But for many players, you'll recall that earlier this year, this ship was present for the Xenothreat event, where the great big cannons of the Javelin brought some pain. There are only a few rooms available during the Javelin Tour in this instance. There are some additional places in the Javelin that are inaccessible but fully modelled, but since I'm a good law-abiding citizen, there's only footage here from those places that have been made publicly accessible. After entering the ship through the docking port, you're able to walk down much of the length of the port side of the ship, including past 3 of the main broadside gun turrets. These turrets are armed with 2 size 7 weapons for attacking larger ships, and 2 size 4 weapons for attacking smaller ships or
Hey
torpedoes.
Cash, welcome to the stream, bro.
There are 6 of these turrets in total, 3 on each side on top of the Javelin. It's possible to hop into the turret and see the firing arcs. In addition to these broadside turrets, the Javelin is armed with a further 7 manned turrets, for a total of 13. There are 4 at the front of the ship, 2 above and 2 below, and there are 3 on the underside, centrally mounted. These 7 are currently armed with 2 size 7 weapons each, but not with the additional.
Wow, man, like, you know, when it's described in such a manner, so eloquently, with that English accent, man, it just seems much more, you have to take this much more seriously. Like the presentation here, I feel like I'm watching the military channel. My dad used to watch a military channel all the time when he was alive, man. Every time like he watched a military channel, you'd hear like an announcer like this, and you just kind of like gravitate to it. Like if you got that mindset, like I do, you just kind of it lulls you into like a mode where it's hypnotizing you, and you just like bring your head towards to the viewing area, and you just sit down and you start to watch, dude. Like this is what I'm feeling right now, man. It's the same vibe. It's the same vibe.
Size 4 weapons, meaning that the underside of the Javelin is a little weaker than the top side. In addition to this armament, you'll probably notice the great big turret at the back of the ship, between the engine nacelles. There are actually 2 of these anti-ship turrets, one ventral and one dorsal, and they are each armed with 4 very large cannons. And finally, the Javelin also comes with 2 torpedo bays with huge anti-capital torpedoes. Also, on the tour on B deck, you're able to see some of the sleeping quarters for the crew. These are neatly arranged in the centre of the ship, with sleeping quarters flanking the front and back of the mess hall. Just the sheer number of bunks gives a clue as to the size of this ship and just how many crew will be required to operate it.
Wow.
On the starboard side of each of the sleeping quarters of ships is a large...
Okay, you're going to need a lot of NPC crew. Like this is what I'm getting to. Like you if you're an owner of one of these large cap ships, you're going to need an NPC crew for the most part. I mean, like God bless you if you can find enough people that are interested in living this type of life, which I would be one of those that would love to be living on a ship like this and just flying through space through eternity. I would love that. And maybe every month or so hitting a port and just being like, oh yeah, cool. You know, this is the life. This is the life right now, man. Living out in space, dude. This is it.
Large military style bathroom. It's really well designed and beautifully modelled, giving the feel for what you might expect the heads on an active naval vessel to look like. And between the 2 sleeping quarters is the mess hall, or a combination of galley and mess hall. There's a small kitchen area, as well as ample seating for crew in their downtime. At the end of the mess is a games area, incorporating games machines and a games table, as well as stairs to take you up or down a deck.
Oh yeah.
This area feels really detailed, although it is quite surprising to see the stairs forming part of the room rather than placed outside.
Oh, that's badass.
Heading down to C deck, whilst there aren't any rooms to visit, there's a clear transition in visual styles, as this deck houses more of the engineering.
Dude, do they have a bar area? Did I miss?
Javelin.
Is there a bar area? I feel like there needs to be a bar area, man. I want to go USS Enterprise on this shit. Is there a bar area down here where I can talk to Whoopi Goldberg? God damn it. Okay, it's got an arcade. Okay, it's got an arcade. All right. It's okay. It's okay. God damn, I feel like there should be a bar area. Gotta have a drink after you kick some Vandal ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. True. Military ship. Okay.
And if you're brave enough to delve into the lowest subdeck of the Javelin, you'll see that style further accentuated, as in, it's so dark you can't really see anything. Heading all the way up the ship to A deck, the corridors have a much more open feel to them, well lit and...
So this brings about a very interesting question. In Star Trek, they had a bar. That was a military ship, was it not? Or was that like a reconnaissance vessel for the Federation? Didn't they have a bar, or am I crazy? What's going on here? Science vessel. So they can have bars. So scientists can have bars. There were officers on it. Swear to God, man. All right. So on the exploration ship, shit, what's the one with the domes? Oh my God, come on. What is it? It starts with an E. What is the exploration ship in Star Citizen, the big one? Endeavor. So on the Endeavor, is there going to be a bar? Like, I want a ship with a bar in it. A large ship with a bar. That's my one criteria.
Accessible. The only room currently accessible here as part of the tour is the large open briefing room, which features a holographic table and seating on either side. This is an excellent space and makes me very excited to undertake a briefing here in Squadron 42, as well as eventually joining player-led briefings here in the largest player purchasable warship that will eventually be available in the verse.
This is a beast.
All in all, we're only presented with a small part of the Javelin to actively tour, with many areas such as the bridge, hangar bay, medical bay, engineering and brig still to be discovered. Yet, I'm left feeling incredibly impressed by the scale of this ship. I do have to stress that I'm also left feeling that any player who thinks they will operate this ship effectively on their own may be a little too optimistic.
Don't fly this on your own. It should be impossible to. If, it won't be able to be flown alone. That's how these ships are designed, people. It drives me crazy to think that somebody would actually consider flying this ship solo. Like, that literally drives me up the wall. Somebody that thinks that you could fly the ship solo should have the ship taken away from them and give it to somebody who can actually appreciate the ship for what it is. And anybody out there who has one of these that thinks they're going to fly these solo, can we just take it out of their hangar and give it to somebody who can appreciate it and man the ship properly? Please.
But as a setting for a group of players, I'm very excited for what this ship might offer in the future.
And the operations cost is going to be huge, Fox.
And
absolutely.
Design detail is what you might come to expect from Star Citizen, which is really top of the line. But what do you think of the Javelin class destroyer? Have you taken the tour yourself? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you're getting a sense by now of how passionate I am about this ship, so I'll read your comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, I'd be grateful if you'd press that like button and maybe...
I like this guy's content. That's very cool. When I post this to YouTube, go over there and give him some family love. Tell him DG360 sent you. This guy's name is Farrister. Dig it. Dig the content. Liked it a lot. Only 128 likes. Jesus, you should get a lot more for that. It's so hard when you start out. Ugh, I remember those days. All right, go over to Farrister. Give him some love. He absolutely deserves it. And let's get back to the show, guys.